Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Purpose Vision Future Show. My name is Amanda Heal, and I am from Canberra, Australia, just in case you haven't picked up by my accent. So before I start, I would like to wish everyone a happy new year. And I love New Year. I don't know about you, but I love New Year because to me, it's kind of like a blank page in a book. It's a clean start. It's a fresh start. And this is my book, by the way. And I will tell you a little bit more about it in a few minutes. So you might be wondering who I am and what this show is about. Well, as I said, my name is Amanda Heal, and I am from Canberra, Australia. I am 51 years old, and I am totally blind. I have been since birth. That's probably why I'm not looking at you through the camera, because I'm totally blind. And I will tell you a little bit more about my story as the shows go on. But basically, I was born at just 26 weeks. And I was so small that my father could hold me on his hand. So I was born one of twins, and I was given too much oxygen at birth, which irreparably damaged my retinas, causing total blindness. I was lucky. My twin sister didn't survive, sadly. So that's my story, and the lessons that I have learnt of resilience and courage throughout my life as a blind person, I want to share with you. And that takes me on to what this show is about. Well, the show is called Purpose, Vision, Future. So it's about helping you find your life's purpose. And it's also about helping you get a clear vision for your future. We will also deal with many of the tools that I believe you need to discover your life's purpose, which are tools like courage, self-leadership, mastering your mindset, and even a little bit on finances, because if you're going to discover your life's purpose, that may mean career change. It may mean a lot of things which may cause you to need to look at your finances. So we'll delve a little bit into all those different topics. And also I'd just like to share a little bit about how I live my life as a blind person, because the whole purpose of this show is to inspire and encourage you. So while I talk about myself and about other people, the purpose of the show is to inspire and encourage you, because that's my passion. So I'm talking a lot about purpose throughout this show. And you might think, well, what does she know about purpose? Well, I was laid off from a 17-year legal career in 2014 due to government downsizing. And I went on a journey to discover my life's purpose, because I always thought that I had a purpose. In fact, ever since I was 27, I remember sitting at work on my 27th birthday thinking, I know I've been put here for a reason, but I don't know what that is. And I'm a woman of faith. And so I'm so happy to be on this beautiful Christian network. So I don't have to not hide my faith, but I don't have to dumb it down to keep some people comfortable. So I'm a woman of faith. I love God, and I know that He's put me here for a purpose, and I didn't know what that was. And so I asked my friends and family what that was. I asked my colleagues. They didn't know. I even read some books on purpose, some very good books, I might add, on purpose. And that didn't give me the answer. And then I just put it all in the too hard basket and thought, oh, well, I'll just not worry about that anymore because I don't know the answer. So I just continued on with my career. And so when I was laid off from my legal career, it gave me a chance to kind of reflect and to wonder again why I had been put on this earth. And so I started on a journey to discover my purpose. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as the show goes on. But I learned a lot during that journey. I learned a great deal. And so I wrote 2 books about discovering your life's purpose. And this one is the second one. This one is the one you want. The first one was just a little 83-page paperback. But this book is called Seeing by Vision, Not by Sight. And it's all about how to discover your life's purpose and put it into action. And it includes stories of myself and also people that I've coached through the process of discovering their life's purpose. And hopefully I can bring some of them onto the show and they can tell you about that process and what it is now like for them to live out their life's purpose. And so I discovered that my life's purpose is to inspire and encourage others. And I did that a little bit through coaching. And now I've pivoted from coaching into speaking, which is why I am here speaking to you.
Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made for good people. That's why I love Happy Living's online e-course. It's an 8-week-long deep dive into you and the inspired life you want to live. The life you were put here on this earth to live. The one that you and only you can live. 8 weeks of lectures and ideas and topics and supporting materials and powerful self-improvement tools. All designed for you. All designed to help you create the tools and the power and the confidence you need to discover your purpose and to discover the life you were meant to live and to feel incredibly inspired and motivated to decide you will live your life to its fullest. It's all designed to help you create the unique and distinct philosophy of you and your inspired life. Go to happyliving.com, select our e-course, and save $100 with promo code WYTV7. And for every enrollment, I'll donate another $100 to WYTV7. For $300 and about 30 hours, I promise you'll never, ever be the same again.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you very much to our lovely sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Now, just in case you've just tuned in, my name is Amanda Heel. I am from Canberra, Australia, just in case you can't tell by my accent. And we've been talking about purpose. This is the pilot of my new Purpose, Vision, Future show. And the mission of that show is to inspire and encourage you and to help you find your life purpose and give you a clear vision for your future. And before the break, we were talking a little bit about purpose, and I'd like to dig a little bit deeper into that. So, what is purpose? Well, people have said many things about purpose. You could think of it as your calling. You could think of it as that thing that you just naturally do. You could think of it as your passion. It's been described as many things by many different people. And you may already know your life's purpose. But you may not, and that's okay. I like to think of people looking for their life's purpose as being similar to looking for gold. Like some gold, it's right on the surface, isn't it? You can pan it out of a river. You can dig it out of a river with a pan and then swish it around and the gold sinks to the bottom and you tip out the rest of the mud and there you're left with the gold. Some people's purpose is like that too. It's right on the surface. All they need to do is have a bit of a think or be prompted by a show like this, and they know what their life's purpose is. Other people, it's like mining for gold in the ground. You have to dig down deep in most places. You have to dig through a lot of rock. Then you have to break the gold out of the rock, or the gold bearing rock out, and you have to bring it up to the surface. And then you have to do lots of chemical processes to it. You have to crush it, you have to wash it, you have to add various chemicals to it to get the gold out, and then you're left with the gold. And for most people, discovering their life's purpose is like that. It's like the gold buried in the ground. Their purpose is buried under a life full of doing other things. Perhaps they have had a dream that, that they wanted to follow, and people have said, oh, no, that's, you can't do that. You can't afford it. It's too hard. You won't succeed. And, perhaps they've forgotten about their dream. Perhaps they never really knew consciously what their purpose was, but they just know that they're not particularly happy in what they're doing. They don't feel fulfilled in what they're doing. Because when you're living out your life's purpose, excuse me, when you're living out your life's purpose, it fuels your passion. Like, my purpose is to inspire and encourage people. And that's what gets me up in the morning. I didn't sleep very well last night because it's summer down here and it's hot. And so I didn't sleep particularly well, but I woke up and I went, oh, right, yes, got to get up. I'm being on the show today. I'm speaking to beautiful people and encouraging them and inspiring them. And that got me up and got me out of bed and fueled my passion. And yes, so you'll know if you're living out your life's purpose, you will love what you do every day, and it will fuel your passion, and it will make you happy, and you will be the best possible person you can be. Because when you live out your life's purpose, you're doing what God put you on this earth to do. And as we all know, when you're doing God's will, things just go well. Things just happen. He eases the way for us, as it were. We still have our challenges, we still have our ups and downs, but we're doing God's will. We're doing what He created us to do. That is what your life's purpose is. It's the purpose that God made you for. So finding your life's purpose is a wonderful thing to do. Excuse me. And as with gold, when people dig gold out of the ground, or they mine it, or they pan it out of the river, they can do different things with it. You can make jewelry out of it. You can make coins. You can mix it with other metals and do things with it. You can make it into bars and keep it. And actually, that reminds me of another little story. I actually had the privilege of holding a gold bar once. We were in a place called Sovereign Hill, and that's where it's an old town, and they've maintained it in its 1800s era. And one of the demonstrations they do is pouring a bar of gold. And they did the demonstration, and we quietly said to the organizer, oh, look, I'm blind. Is there any chance I can touch the gold after it's poured? And he went, oh, look, we'll see. Anyway, he did the demonstration, poured the gold. Oh, that was all very interesting. I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, this is a bit boring. And so then he said, okay, right, demonstration's over. Everyone out. We'll lock the doors. And he said to me and my parents, look, you just stay here. So everyone left. He locked the door, checked that it was locked, put someone to stand at the door. And then after he'd poured the gold, he tipped it into a bucket of water, and it made the water boil because the gold's obviously very hot. And so he picked it up and he said, are you ready? And so he said, put your hands out. So I put my hands out like this, and he put the gold in my hands, and it was heavy. I couldn't believe how something smaller than a house brick was so heavy. So in those movies, when they've got people running away with cases full of bars of gold, it's not true, because it's like super heavy. I think it's heavier than lead. It's super heavy. And I thought that it would be all shiny and smooth, but no, it was rough, like a house brick. So That's what a bar of gold looks like. It's super heavy and it's rough like a house brick. Anyway, I digress. I'll come back to the story. So you can do all sorts of different things with the gold. It's the same as living out your life's purpose. You can, once you find out what it is, and it's usually something broad, like to inspire and encourage, or to serve and protect, or to help people see things differently, or to teach, or to, so it's usually pretty wide. But there's all sorts of different ways you can live out your life's purpose. I started by writing a book. This book. And incidentally, if you would like to know in detail how to discover your life's purpose, it's all set out here in steps, in chapters, very easy to follow. It's got exercises you can fill in, and you can get that book from purposevisionfuture.com. That's purposevisionfuture.com. And what a great thing to get to start the new year, a book to help you or someone you love discover their life's purpose and start afresh and start doing what God made you to do. So yes, so I started living out my life's purpose by writing this book. Then I also was living out my life's purpose through coaching and coaching other people to discover their life's purpose. And God had called me in 2018 when he first showed me my life's purpose was to inspire and encourage. He had told me to do that through speaking, and I went, oh, no, I think I can make more money out of coaching. And bless him, he gave me a couple of clients, and I did make a little bit of money, but not much, until I went to a conference last year, and just before COVID hit, and I was sitting there, and he said to me, stop messing around and do what I told you to do and speak. And I went, oh, okay. All right. Okay, God. So now I'm living out my life's purpose as a speaker, a professional keynote speaker, and also being on this show. So that is pretty much all I had to share for you today. Hopefully the episodes will become a bit longer because this is just the pilot episode. But tune in, same time, same place next week. I will be broadcasting this show every week. And hopefully I can bring on some friends as well to tell you what it's like, how they discovered their life's purpose and how they are living it out. And I hope to share many more stories of courage and inspiration to inspire and encourage you. But before I go, if you do like what you're hearing and you would like to hear more, please do donate to WYTV7, and that will help support this show and other shows like it. And you can do that by going to WYTV7.org. That's WYTV7.org. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Thank you.